Okay, so back to my explanation. I was saying, when we round up this value, when we put the round, it's not asking for the number to round. So this is the value when we divide D2 by C2, and then it's asking to the number of digits. According to the question, what is wrong with you guys? Seriously, is it that hard? According to the question, it says round this to a whole number. So I'm going to put 0, so it rounds it up to a whole number. I'll close the bracket and then hit enter. So it's giving me the whole number 12 instead of fraction. Then it says replicate the formula down to what? E8. So I just double clicked on it. Let me do that again. Came to the bottom right corner where the square box is and then double clicked on it. So I'll do Ctrl S to save. Now the next part of the question, which is question 12, it says set the page orientation to landscape. Save. It says save the data model and print a copy of the cell. So the setting the orientation to landscape is what we're going to do while we're printing, or you can just come here and come to orientation and choose landscape by default. Okay, so page layout, orientation, landscape. Don't worry, please, like I said earlier on, if your Zoom link is still a bit slow, I'm going to put up the video on Edmodo so you can watch and practice at home. You have the files at home as well. So to set the orientation, again, I came to landscape, clicked on orientation, and then choose landscape. Sorry, I went to page layout, beg your pardon. Now it says save the data model and print a copy of cell A1. Please take note. It says cells A1 to A8. That means A1 to A8. So I'm going to make sure everything shows very well. Now I'm going to select cell A1 down to cell A8. Okay. Now it says showing the formula used. Make sure that the content of all the cells are fully visible. So the keyword is showing the what? Formula used. Okay. One moment. Okay. Now make sure that the content of all the cells are what? Fully visible. And then the printout fits on a single page wide. Then you also need to make sure your name, center number, and candidate number are printed in the header of this page. So to do that, I'm going to click on formulas. What happened? It's still hanging. Okay, so that is an issue with the Zoom link. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to click on formulas, and then in the section there's a section that says show formula. Okay, under formula editing, show formula. So I'm going to click on this. It's going to show the formulas. Then I'm going to click to adjust the full width because they said the formulas should be fully visible. Please note, if your formulas are not fully visible, your screenshot will be negated because the examiner will not be able to mark your formulas to see if it's correct. Okay, so now that I've adjusted the column width by clicking on the column head in between the column headers, I'll go to file and then I'm going to go to print. One moment, I'm here, file. I just needed to be sure I did that. Go to print. Now, currently, it's showing me everything that is on the spreadsheet. So what I want to do is I want to change this from print active sheet to print what? Selected. If you choose active sheet, it's going to show you all the data in that sheet. If you choose entire workbook, it's going to print all the spreadsheets that have data in them. But when you choose selected, it's going to choose only the ones that you highlighted. Remember, they said you should make sure your name, center number, and candidate number appear on the header, which we did earlier on. So I'm going to do that. Now it says treat all columns on one page. Okay. Now that is done. I just need to make sure I'm not missing anything. Data fully visible, fit on a single page wide. Name, center number, and tally number appears. It's showing the formulas. And then I'll click print. So in this case, I want to print to PDF. Okay, so I'm going to choose this and then click on print. So I'll name this printout 1. So my print option is going to be printout 1. Then I'm also going to ensure I am saving this on my desktop inside the folder that I created. Okay, so those of you that your system is slow, let me try and reshare to see if that helps. New share. I think the internet speed is actually affecting. Is it working now? Okay. All right, so now that is done, to go to the next part, let me just unshow the formula because I'm pretty sure that's what the next question will ask. Now it says for each month of the year, okay, calculate the average duration of holidays starting in that month, okay? You may use row 10 to 22. So row 10 to 22. Let me expand the column width so I can see everything properly. So again, the question, for each month of the year, so we have, these are the months here, January, February, March, okay? Then it says we should calculate the average duration, right? The average duration for the average duration of holidays starting for that month. That you may use row 10 to 22, so we need to put that here. So the average duration, so we need to use the code and the month here. Okay, so I'll say equal to average. So I'm going to use the average mean because it finds the average arithmetic mean, okay, for the cell specified given the given condition. So the range now, the range is going to be this one, January, February, March, right? The M code. Beg your pardon. Average duration. Okay. So for January, we know that the month is 1, so we need to search for the range. So the range will be here. Okay. Now it says, what is the criteria? The criteria is if the month is January, which is 1, okay, and then the average range is for the duration, which is du. Then we close the bracket and then hit enter. Okay. Now we can do for the same here, equal to average if. Okay. You know what we're going to do? Let's just finish it up. So average if. Now the range, the same thing here. Okay. If the criteria is 2 and finding the average duration, which is du. And then close the bracket and hit enter again. Oops. What happened? Sorry, comma and then du. So I'll hit enter. Now I can actually just replicate the formula here. I can make this a fixed range. Yes. What is it? It's still free. It's the internet. It's just pardon. I'll send the video like I said earlier on. Just okay. So I'm going to replicate down to this point, and then numbers should change. This should be 2, and then this should be 3. This should be 4. This should be 5. And this should be 6. This should be 7. August, this should be 8. This should be 9. And this should be 10. 11. And then 12. Okay, so we have this range of values there. Now it says save the data model, use this data to create a vertical bar chart, and then label this chart with the title average. I'm going to save this. So it wants us to use this data here to create a chart. So I'm going to select that. So now in the second part of question 14, after we've created the values and put them here, it says that we should save the data model and then use this to create a vertical bar chart. Now a vertical bar chart is the same thing as a column chart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the month here and I'm going to highlight the duration. Okay, and then I think I even put the code in the wrong place. So let me just cut the formula and then paste it here. Okay. So I'm going to use this information here to plot the bar chart. Now I'm going to select this and then select this one, this value, that's the month, and then the number of duration, the average duration. Then I will go to my insert menu tab and then click on chart. So I can use recommended charts if I want it to be fast, or go to the vertical bar chart, which I said is the same thing as a column chart, and then plot the chart. So now they gave you the second part, which is 15. It says label this chart with the title average holiday duration per month. So I'll come where it says chart title and type in average duration Okay, average holiday duration per month. So average holiday duration per month. Okay, so I just need to make sure that my chart title and the way it was given to me is the same. So there's a slight difference. I use capital letters for each of the words. So this is going to be small letter d per month. So I have that done this. Now it says make sure all category axes label are fully visible and there are no legends. So I'm going to come here. So this is the label, the headings for it. So I'll click on the plus sign and where it says axis title, I'm going to check that. So it's going to put the vertical and horizontal axis title. So for this is going to be months, a month, and then this one, the value axis title is going to be duration. Now they said there should be no legend, so I don't have a legend. A legend is basically a color code or pattern, right? Let me add one now, that describes the series data that was plotted. So you can see some different color codes, that's it. So if you say no legend, just uncheck that. Now it says save this chart in a format that can be imported into the presentation authoring pack. So what you can do is you now say click on save as template, then you can do chart template. Okay, make sure you're saving it in the same folder location. So which is my 11 revision, and I'll click on save. So we've done that. Now it says print a copy of the chart. So what I can do is I can move this chart to a different sheet. So I'll just say move chart and I'll say new sheet and I'll click OK. So it moves it here and I can now print the chart. Of course, then I'll go to print. So it says make sure your name, center number, your name, candidate number, and center number are printed on this chart. So looking at this, I can see my name, I can see my candidate number or center number. So what I'll do is I'll come to page setup and go to header and footer tab. Then in the header there, okay, I'll say custom header, and then in the center I'll put my name. I'll put my candidate number, and then I'll put the center number. Then I'll click OK, and then click OK. So it's down there, and I can now print. So this will be my printouts 2. That is done. Now it says we save the data. Okay, we printed it out. We'll make sure that this is there. It now says using the spreadsheet saved in step 14, right, which is this one. Then format only the cells in row 1 and 24 to be right aligned. So let's do that. I'll go back to the NX sheet tab. So row 1, okay, and 24. So I'll select row 1, hold down control, and then select the ones in row 24. And they said they should be what? Right aligned. I'm going to choose the alignment, right, and make them all right aligned. Now it says format only the cells in row 1. Sorry. Oh, sorry, I mixed that up. Now, using the spreadsheet, save in step 14, format only the cells in row 124 to right align. Okay. Format only the cells in row 1 and 24 so that they are underlined and italic. So I'll put underline, underline, and then italic. So done this. Now it says set the page orientation to be portrait. So I'll go to page layout and then orientation portrait. So that is done. Now it says hide rows 10 to 23 inclusive. So this is row 10 down to row 23. Notice when I'm selecting this, I'm using the word row headers. So row 10, I'm selecting down to row 23. And then I'm going to right click and then click on hide. So that is hidden. Now it says interrogate the data to find all the items where the decode is COP or USA and the discount is Y. So this just means when you hear the word interrogate, it just means to do a filter. Okay? It just means to do a filter. So where the decode is COP. So what I'll do is to highlight those section headers here. Okay, then go to my home tab. Let me put that in full screen. Go to my home tab and you see where it says sort and filter. So I'm going to click on the filter. It's going to give me the filter headings. Then I can adjust my window. Now it says the decode should be COP. So I'll click here and deselect all and only choose COP and USA. Then I'll click OK. Then it says or COP or USA. Then it says and the discount is what? Y. So discount should be yes. So I'll disconnect that and say Y and then click OK. So this is what we have. Now they said print this data showing the values and the labels in full. So I need to adjust the column width. So the data and labels are showing in full. I'm going to select all of this and then go to File, Print. Okay, then I need to select Selection. So we have this information here. Now it says make sure your name, center number, candidate number, and center number and candidate number is showing. So that information is there. On the header, it's there. So I'll just print. Okay, so I'll go to File, Print, and then click on Print. So this will be my printout 3. So that is done. Okay, so once you've done answering all the questions, you will now go back to your work area folder, which is the one we have here. And you have 1, 2, 3 printout, including your evidence document. So you also need to print your evidence document as PDF. So I'll go to File, Print, then I'll set that to PDF, and then click on Print. Remember to save everything in the same folder as where you have your source file. So I'm going to call this evidence. Okay. So in your exams, all those printouts that you print to PDF is what you're going to submit, okay, in your exam on Edmodo. So you're meant to attach these files and then submit it in Edmodo. So in case you don't know how to attach the files and submit, you will see your exam question will come up as an assignment, just like what we did in the last class, right? So all you need to do is to, okay, why am I seeing view submissions? Okay, so it's to come here and then attach the file. Okay, come here, attach the file from your computer, browse to the location where it is. So in this case, it's on the desktop. The revision, then you select all the files that you're supposed to attach in completion, then you attach them. Now, once that is done, you click on turn in your assignment and then click on the turn in confirmation. So this is how your question is going to look like, and this is how you're expected to submit your assignment. Okay, if you have any issues with that, please see me later on. Okay, good luck with your exam on Monday. Any questions so far? Huh? Yes, the class is over. Those of you online, do you have any issues, concerns? All right then.